Stop. Don't scroll. Because what I'm about to tell you in the next few minutes changed everything for me. And it's gonna change everything for you. Let me paint you a picture. You're sitting next to her. Close. The kind of close where you can almost feel her warmth. She's laughing at something you said. Her eyes are bright. Her energy is electric. And then, without a single word, her hand moves. Just a touch, just a second. But something in your gut says, that wasn't nothing. You're right. It wasn't nothing. That touch, that one quiet, seemingly small gesture, was one of the most psychologically loaded signals a woman can send a man. And most men, most good men, smart men, experienced men, completely miss it. Not because they're not paying attention, but because nobody ever taught them the language. Today, I'm teaching you the language. By the end of this video, you will never look at the way a woman touches you the same way again. Stay with me. Every second of this matters. Real quick, before we dive in, this video is specifically for men 30 and above. Men who've lived a little, who carry something in their presence that younger men don't have yet. That quiet maturity, that calm that doesn't need to announce itself, that grounded energy that younger women often find more magnetic than they even understand. If that's you, this is your video. Because here's what most people don't talk about. When a younger woman feels attracted to an older, more mature man, she rarely leads with words. She leads with touch. And not just random touch. Specific touches, on specific spots, with specific timing and specific intention. It's a psychological phenomenon called kinesthetic escalation. The subconscious rise in physical contact driven purely by attraction. It's not planned. It's not rehearsed. It's instinctive. Her body communicates what her mind hasn't given her permission to say yet. And today, signal by signal, touch by touch, we're decoding every single one. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about games. This is about awareness. The kind of emotional awareness that separates truly high-value men from everyone else in the room. Let's go. Let me set the scene. You're mid-conversation. You're relaxed, telling a story. Maybe you just said something that made her laugh. Genuinely laugh, not the polite kind. And then it happens. Her hand reaches out, lands softly on your forearm, and she doesn't pull it back. Not immediately, not like a reflex, it stays there. 1 second, 2 seconds, maybe 3. Now, most men in that moment think one of two things. Either they overthink it completely and go rigid, or they brush it off and move on. Both of those responses miss the point entirely. Because that touch, that lingering touch on your forearm, is not casual contact. In attraction psychology, the forearm is what researchers call a social bridge zone. It's intimate enough to carry emotional weight, but socially acceptable enough that she can test the waters without feeling completely exposed. She chose that spot on purpose, maybe not consciously, but her instincts knew exactly what they were doing. When she holds that touch just a beat longer than normal social contact requires, she is sending you a message. I feel drawn to you. I want to close the emotional distance. I'm checking. Does he feel it too? That lingering touch is her emotional sonar. She sends out the signal. Then she watches your reaction like a hawk. Does your body tense up? Do you go awkward? Do you laugh nervously and shift away? Or do you stay calm? Do you hold eye contact? Does your energy stay steady? Because here's what she's actually measuring in that moment. She's not just testing if you're attracted to her. She's testing if you're grounded enough to handle her attraction. That is a completely different thing. And most men fail that test without even realizing there was one. The right response is not a move. It's not a line. It's not a technique. It's presence. Relax your shoulders. Let a small, knowing smile cross your face. Hold eye contact 1 extra second, then feels comfortable. That alone tells her everything she needs to know. He's safe. He's steady. He's different. And that, right there, is where her attraction deepens. Okay, now we're going deeper. We've moved past the forearm. We're in what I call the confirmation zone. You're sitting beside her. Close, shoulders almost touching. And out of nowhere, her hand brushes your thigh. The first time, your brain might say, accident. The second time, your gut already knows. Here's why this signal is so powerful. and why it tells you so much more than most people realize. The thigh is not a casual zone. It's not a handshake zone. It's not even a friendly hug zone. The thigh is a boundary zone. A place most people don't enter unless something beneath the surface is pulling them there. When a younger woman brushes your thigh, especially more than once, her mind might rationalize it as playfulness, as comfort, as just being close. But her body knows exactly what it's saying. I am physically attracted to you. I feel safe enough to show it. I want you to notice. And here's what you need to watch in that exact moment. Don't just notice the touch. Notice the full picture. Is she leaning slightly toward you? Is her voice just a little softer than it was 5 minutes ago? Are her eyes holding yours a fraction longer when she speaks? Because when the thigh touch combines with those signals, that's not just attraction. That's attraction at its peak, looking for a response. She's not testing whether you like her. She already feels like you do. She's testing whether you're man enough to stay calm while she shows you. Most men get nervous here. They shift away. They make it weird. They suddenly start talking faster and louder because the energy surprised them. Don't be that man. Shift slightly closer, not aggressively, not dramatically, just slightly. Let her feel that your presence moved toward her, not away. That subtle response communicates one powerful thing. I'm not rattled. I'm not desperate. I'm exactly where I should be. And that kind of grounded confidence is more attractive to her in that moment than anything you could say with words. Yo, real quick. If this is hitting different for you, if you're finally getting words and framework for things you've always sensed but never fully understood, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is built specifically for men who are done being confused by attraction dynamics and ready to move through the world with actual psychological awareness. We drop this kind of deep, real, no-fluff content every single week. Smart men subscribe, and they stay. Subscribe. Now let's keep going. Because the next signals, these are the ones that change everything. I want you to really hear me on this one. Because this signal, this specific touch, is not surface level. This is not, I think he's kind of cute. This is not casual interest. This is primal, emotional, deeply personal desire, wrapped in a gesture that looks innocent from the outside. If she runs her fingers through your hair, even lightly, even like it's playful, even like she's just adjusting something, that is a massive green light. And here's why. Hair is intimate. Hair is personal. Hair is close to your face, your eyes, your lips. It is one of the most vulnerable spaces a person has. Think about it. How many people in your life actually touch your hair? Your mom when you were a kid. A barber. Someone you were deeply close to. That's it. A woman does not enter that space unless she has given herself full emotional permission to be that close to you. When she reaches up and lets her fingers move through your hair, she is not just touching your head. She is saying, I feel safe with you. I trust you. I want to be physically closer to your presence. I'm drawn to your masculinity, and I don't know how else to show it right now. And here's the deep psychology that most people completely overlook. Younger women are often magnetically drawn to the kind of quiet, grounded authority that older men carry. That calm that doesn't need applause. That confidence that doesn't need validation. That steady masculine energy that just exists, without performing, without competing, without constantly seeking approval. When she touches your hair, she's reaching for that energy. She's trying to physically close the distance between herself and the thing she finds irresistible about you. And if she tugs gently, softly pulls your hair back while holding eye contact, I want you to understand what you're witnessing. That is emotional surrender. That is her dropping a wall she normally guards with everything she has. Most women, especially emotionally guarded women, never let themselves get to this moment unless they feel something genuinely powerful. She got there with you. Your response in this moment is critical. Don't flinch. Don't laugh nervously. Don't make a joke that deflects the energy. Hold eye contact. Let the corner of your mouth rise. Slow, calm, knowing. Receive it like a man who fully expected it. Because that response, that unshaken, grounded, quiet confidence, is the exact thing that made her reach for you in the first place. Let's talk about the chest. You know what the chest represents across every culture, every era, every story ever told about men? Strength, protection, stability, security. It is the physical symbol of masculine presence. So when she places her hand on your chest, during a laugh, during a quiet conversation, during a moment where she just shared something real with you, understand what she's actually doing. She is not being friendly, she is connecting. She is reaching, physically, literally, emotionally, toward what she feels from you. Your groundedness, your steadiness, the masculine energy that makes her feel like the world gets a little quieter when you're near. And here's what separates a chest touch from every other touch we've talked about. The chest is near the heart, literally, symbolically, emotionally. When she rests her hand there, she's creating a direct line from her emotions to yours, like she's trying to feel your heartbeat, your warmth, your presence. And if her hand lingers, if she traces soft, slow circles with her fingers, if her smile goes softer while her hand stays there, she's not saying, "I'm into you." She's saying, "I am deeply, genuinely, completely into you." That difference is enormous, and you need to feel it. Here's the psychological truth behind this touch. Women protect their emotional energy fiercely. They do not place their hand over a man's heart unless something real is moving through them. This is not a flirty move. This is not a game. This is her body communicating something her words haven't caught up to yet. Your response in this moment should not be to make a move. Your response should be to hold the moment. Place your hand over hers, gently, slowly, without pressure. Hold eye contact. Say nothing. Let the silence carry the weight of what just happened between you. That is masculine emotional intelligence, and she will feel it in a way that she will think about later when she's alone. Picture this moment. You're walking together, through a crowded restaurant, down a hallway, through a busy event, and suddenly, her hand slides onto your lower back. Not high up, low, deliberately low, softly placed, intentionally slow. Man. That touch right there is one of the most revealing signals in this entire list. Here's why. The lower back is an intimate zone. It's a vulnerable zone. It's a territorial zone. And I use that word intentionally, territorial. Because when she touches your lower back in public, even softly, even briefly, she's subconsciously claiming the space next to you. She's saying without a single word, "I feel connected to you. I feel safe with you. I want you and everyone in this room to feel that I'm here, right here, beside you." Think about what public touch actually requires. She knows people might see. She knows it sends a signal. She knows it makes her vulnerable. She does it anyway. That means her attraction toward you has become bigger than her hesitation. That is a rare thing, a real thing. Don't take it lightly. Now here's what to look for in the details of this touch. Does her hand guide you as you walk? Does she lean her body slightly into yours as she does it? Because if she does, she's not just touching you. She's anchoring herself to your presence. She's saying, "You are my direction right now. Wherever you go, I want to be beside you." And the correct response from you is not to stop and make a production of it. It's to slow your walk, just slightly. Match her pace. Let your shoulder drift a little closer to hers. Quiet, calm, deliberate. Show her that you felt it, without announcing it, without making it bigger than the moment. That restraint is power, and she will feel it. Hold on. Before signal 6, I need you to do something. If you've made it this far in this video, and you're genuinely learning something new about how attraction really works, share this video with one man in your life who needs to hear it. Because most men are walking through life completely blind to these signals, missing real opportunities, missing real connections. Not because they're bad men, but because nobody ever taught them to see. Share it, subscribe, and let's finish this. We've arrived. The final signal, and arguably the most powerful one on this entire list. The neck. Pay very close attention here. The neck is packed with nerve endings. It's close to the jaw, the face, the lips. It is one of the most sensitive and vulnerable areas of the entire human body. A woman does not enter that space with a man she is not deeply attracted to. She doesn't. Full stop. If she lightly brushes your neck, adjusts your collar, pretends to remove something, lets her fingers graze the back of your neck during a conversation, that is not accidental. That is not friendly. That is not casual, that is an escalation. The kind that only happens when the attraction has built to a point where it has to express itself somehow. She's saying, through that one intimate touch, I am comfortable being this close to you. I want to see what you do when I close this distance. I am thinking about you in ways I'm not ready to say out loud yet. And here's the deep psychology of what's happening beneath the surface when she touches your neck. She's initiating vulnerability. The neck is exposed. It's close. It's personal. By touching it, she's removing one of the last invisible walls between you. She's letting you into a space most people never get access to. And the real signal to watch is what her body does at the exact moment she touches your neck. Does she lean in, even a centimeter? Does her breath slow? Does her gaze drop for just a fraction of a second before coming back to your eyes? Because if she does, her body is not just signaling attraction anymore. Her body is inviting deeper physical connection. That lean, that subtle, almost imperceptible lean, is not conscious. It's instinct. It's gravity. It's her being pulled toward you physically in a way she cannot fully control. Neck touches are often the last step before something real and deeply intimate happens between two people. How you respond in this moment defines everything. Stay calm. Stay in eye contact. Let silence do the work. Do not rush the moment. Do not look startled. Do not deflect with a joke. Hold the moment. Let her feel that your masculine presence is steady enough to receive everything she's offering. Because that steadiness, more than any word you could say, is what seals it. Let me pull back now and give you the full picture. Because when you see all 6 of these signals together, as a map, something remarkable becomes clear. Her touch is not random. It never was. It is a psychological progression, a step-by-step escalation of trust, safety, and desire. Here's the map. Your forearm. She's testing if your emotional energy is safe. This is the first spark, the beginning of something. Your thigh. She's crossed a boundary, not by accident. Her attraction overrode her hesitation. This is physical interest becoming undeniable. Your hair. She's entered vulnerable territory. She trusts you. This is emotional intimacy being built in real time. Your chest. She's connecting with your masculine core. She's reaching toward your strength because she needs to feel it up close. Your lower back. She's claiming the space beside you. Subconsciously territorial. She wants to be near you in a way that's becoming difficult to hide. Your neck. She's on the edge. This is the final step before something real happens between you. She's letting herself be vulnerable. She's inviting you in. Each one of these touches is not just a signal. Each one is a confession. And younger women, especially those drawn to older, emotionally mature men, use touch because words feel too risky, too exposed, too final. Touch is safer. Touch is softer. But touch is also brutally honest. She doesn't touch what she doesn't want. She doesn't linger where she feels nothing. She doesn't break her own emotional walls for a man she's not deeply thinking about. If she's touching you this way, she is thinking about you constantly, before she's even in the same room as you. Okay. Here's the part that actually determines the outcome. Because knowing the signals is knowledge. But responding correctly, that's the actual skill. And this is where most men, even men who intellectually understand attraction, still get it wrong. Here's your complete playbook. When she touches you, anywhere, your first job is to not react visibly. Don't tense up, don't freeze, don't suddenly sit up straighter. Breathe. Let your body stay soft. Let your face stay relaxed. Your calmness in that moment communicates one undeniable thing. I'm not rattled. I'm not desperate. I've been here before. I'm safe. And that calmness, that steadiness, that is exactly what she was attracted to before she ever touched you. Stay consistent with the energy that drew her in. There's a critical difference between matching and chasing. Chasing looks like she touches your arm. You immediately grab her hand and hold it like a lifeline. Matching looks like she touches your arm, your fingers gently graze the back of her hand for just a moment, and then return to normal. Subtle, confident, controlled. She escalated slightly. You mirrored slightly. Now she knows you felt it. Now she knows you're not scared of it. Now she knows the door is open. That's the game. And it's played quietly, not loudly. Attraction communicates through 3 channels at once: her touch, her eyes, her body language. Touch alone can sometimes be read wrong, but when all 3 align, there is no ambiguity. Prolonged eye contact, plus body turned fully toward you, plus thigh touch, that is not an accident. That is confirmation. Train yourself to read the full picture, not just the isolated gesture. This might be the most important rule on this list. Attraction is incredibly fragile in its early stages. One awkward comment, one nervous laugh, one joke that deflects the tension, and the whole thing collapses. She took a risk by touching you. She made herself vulnerable. If you respond with awkwardness, she will not try again. She will pull back, she will protect herself, and you will have lost the moment forever. Honor what she offered. Don't waste it. One calm reaction is impressive. Consistent calm, across 5 minutes, across an hour, across multiple interactions over multiple days. That is captivating. That is the kind of energy a younger woman has almost never experienced with men her own age. Younger men react, they spike, they get excited or nervous or performative. You stay. Your stability is the magnet. Your consistency is the deepest signal of masculine maturity. She can feel it, and she cannot stop chasing it. Let me take you somewhere most people never go in these kinds of videos. Inside her head. Because here's what nobody tells you. Before she ever touches you, there's an entire psychological journey happening inside her that you never see. It has stages. Stage 1. Emotional curiosity. She watches you before she ever approaches. She observes how you move, how you speak, how you hold a room. She looks for stability, for calm, for the quiet authority that most younger men don't carry. This curiosity becomes the first spark. She doesn't even fully understand why she's drawn to you yet. She just is. Stage 2. Internal permission. This is the stage most people never know exists. She asks herself, silently, unconsciously, is he safe? Is he trustworthy? Is he emotionally steady? Does he feel like someone I could actually be vulnerable with? When the answer comes back yes, she gives herself permission to close the distance. Stage 3, the first touch test. This is your forearm touch, that small, lingering, soft first contact. She is not just touching you, she is gathering information. Your reaction, your energy, your face, your body becomes her data. If you respond with warmth and calm confidence, she escalates. If you respond with nervousness or stiffness, she pulls back. Your reaction in that first moment literally determines what happens next. Stage 4, the pattern of rising intimacy. This is where it shifts. She becomes bolder, not because she's reckless, but because she feels safe. That's when the thigh touches come, the hair touching, the chest, the lower back, the neck. Each one a step deeper into trust, desire, and emotional openness. This is the full psychological progression of attraction, and now you understand every step of it. Let me leave you with the most important thing I've said in this entire video. When a younger woman touches you this way, when she lets herself be this close, this vulnerable, this present with you, she's not just expressing attraction. She is asking you a question, quietly, through every brush of her fingers, through every lingering touch, through every small, brave act of physical closeness. She is asking, do you feel this too? Are you aware of what's happening between us? Are you man enough, emotionally mature enough to step into this with me? And the beauty of being the man you are, the grounded, calm, emotionally aware man she was already drawn to before she ever touched you, is that you don't have to perform the answer. You just have to be it. Stay present, stay steady, stay real. Because in the end, her touch is not random. Her touch is not accidental. Her touch is an invitation into a deeper emotional world that she has never let most men anywhere near. She's extending that invitation to you. The only question that remains is simple. Will you be present enough to feel it and grounded enough to step into it? Because real attraction isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. It isn't announced. It's felt. one quiet, intentional touch at a time. If this video gave you a new way of seeing, drop a comment below and tell me which signal hit you the hardest. Share this with a man in your life who needs to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We're just getting started.